Right then, ladies and gents, Ultraman is getting a bit of a resurgence. We've got Shin Ultraman. We've had some more recent Ultraman as well. Now we're getting this. Netflix developing Ultraman animated feature with an all-new story. This is an exclusive over on Variety. I'll leave this article linked down below. It's pretty fresh off the press. It was released yesterday, so quite new. But it's in. I love things JDM, Japanese. And I'm really happy that Ultraman's getting a resurgence. I was happy that all the new sort of kaiju, Godzilla things. I love it. Absolutely love it. So this, yeah, I think this is good. So for 55 years, Ultraman has been one of Japan's A-list superheroes, defending the planet from alien kaiju and inspiring all manner of global pop culture, from the Power Rangers to Paul Rudd's Ant-Man suit. But while the character has a loyal following outside of Japan, Ultraman has never become a massive crossover phenomenon at the scale of Godzilla or Pokemon. And it hasn't. Rightfully it hasn't. Or should I say, they are right in saying that it hasn't, not rightfully. But is there potential? Yeah, there is actually. There is potential. They need to hit it right. And the Shin Ultraman looked like it was getting close to that. The trailer for Shin Ultraman is great. However, Netflix is now jumping into the fray. So they're going to be partnering with Suburaya Productions to develop Ultraman as a CG animated feature film. That's what worries me. The CG animated. Netflix has a long history of CG animation, and they're not particularly great. I really dislike their CG animation. So that's the major downside. CG animation. But they're going to be making a feature film aimed at bringing a new, wider audience to the beloved silver-suited character. Shannon Tyndall, an animator who's worked on Coraline and Kubo and the Two Strings. Kubo and the Two Strings is great. Will make this feature, make his feature directorial debut with the project from a script he wrote with Kubo screenwriter Mark Hames. John Aoshima, DuckTales, Gravity Falls, will co-direct. Now, so the good and the bad. CG animation sucks. I'm not a fan of Netflix's CG animation, and because it's a Netflix production, the CG animation has the potential to be bad. Good stuff. Well, Kubo and the Two Strings. A writer as well on Kubo and the Two Strings. That's positive. I'm very happy about that anyway. Now, Netflix is also home to an ongoing Ultraman animated TV series, also in partnership with Suburaya. It continues the storyline from the original live-action Japanese series of the 60s, but the Ultraman feature will strike out on its own with an all-new storyline designed to honour the past mythology while introducing the character to a new potential global fanbase. Similarly, the animation from Industrial Light and Magic will be stylized, but not strictly anime, as this exclusive first look at concept art for the film demonstrates. Now, well, ILM, that's positive, but I still really dislike the CG animation that Netflix does. I like this. I like the look of this. It almost reminds me of well, it's going to be super out there in terms of a statement here, but it almost reminds me of things from BioShock, like some of the sort of adverts and things like that in BioShock, some of the posters. It's that sort of stylized retro look. It honestly reminds me of that. Now, here's the new storyline, okay? So the film will follow Ken Sato, a superstar baseball player who returns to Japan to become the latest hero to carry the mantle of Ultraman. His plans go awry, however, when he is compelled to raise a newborn kaiju monster. So the offspring of his greatest enemy as his own child. Sato will also have to contend with his relationship with his estranged father and the schemes of the Kaiju Defense Force. I don't know what I think of that. I'm not overly sure what I think of this. So, superstar baseball player comes home, comes back to Japan, takes the mantle of Ultraman, but he's got to raise a newborn kaiju from his greatest enemy, and he's got some daddy issues. Leave the daddy issues out of it. That's kind of irrelevant. The kaiju monster could be interesting. I think that could be interesting. But the daddy issues trope is a trope and it's played out. I'd rather not have that. Now, we get some statements from Shannon Tyndall, and he says, making this film is a dream come true. What began as an original story inspired by my love of E.G. Tsubureya's Ultraman somehow became an actual Ultraman film thanks to the incredible trust of the team at Tsuburaya Productions and the support of the folks at Netflix Animation. We've assembled an all-star team, should I say, and I can't wait to share our unique take on Ultraman with the rest of the world. No actors have been cast yet, but the plan is for a mix of Japanese and Western stars, coupled with a large number of below-the-line talent from Japan. Tom Knott will produce and Lisa Poole will co-produce. And we get Tsuburaya CEO and Chairman Takayuki Sukegoshi. I'm butchering these names, but they came out and made a statement and says this partnership with Netflix will be the first full-scale endeavour to reach the global market. So that's good. It's good that Japan is reaching out further afield. Again, I'm all about JDM. In fact, side note, ladies and gents, if you like JDM cars, I have a car channel where I'm rebuilding a rally, Japanese rally car, basically. It's in the description box. Please do check it out. Now, the statement continues. It says, Ultraman, since it was created, has charmed many people around the world, and Shannon Tyndall is one of those people. He was greatly influenced by Ultraman as a child, and he grew up to become a creator himself. I'm delighted that families around the world will be able to watch Shannon and his team's vision for Ultraman on Netflix and foster feelings of courage, hope, and kindness. Great statement, great comments, love it. Now, they make some other comments here about like other things that Netflix is making, and they are making an awful lot of stuff now, like an awful lot of stuff. But I think it's good. I don't hate any of this. It's just it's just the CG animation part that I dislike. But again, like this does genuinely remind me of some sort of Bioshock vibes, or even Fallout. You know, some of the sort of Fallout adverts. The little movies that they play, it's very stylized retro future. I love it. I think this style is cool, but hopefully this is going to be the style of the actual animation, because the CG animation from Netflix normally really does suck. And I don't think they've said actually who. I mean, they've said ILM are doing it, but I mean, do we know? Do we have an actual example? I don't think so. So I don't know. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.